Good day. Welcome to our Bid More YouTube channel. Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered and have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Thank you. Again, I am Terry Kelly. I'm an ICAT consultant. So today, this presentation is about a Bid More program at a glance. So ICAT has many programs to offer, and we're going to look at some of the services that are provided through the Bid More program. All right, so right now we're looking at the menu of services that the Bid More program has to offer. We have the Bid More YouTube channel, self-paced e-learning, online toolkit, job aid, inbound assistance line, live virtual webinar, outbound coaching, live in-person session, mock proposal showcase, unsolicited proposal showcase, eHub online platform, outbound capacity development consulting, virtual bid opening and debrief sessions, digital informational newsletter. So these are all the services that the Bid More program has to offer. And again, trying to connect with what will work best for you. So we're going to kind of dive in and discuss the Bid More program a little bit more and provide you with some information on what we have to offer. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with that. So talking about the Bid More program, what exactly is the Bid More program and what services are offered? Well, I'll kind of explain some of those. I just listed them. So Tyree, would you like to go ahead and kind of give us a little more input on that?
Of course, it would be my pleasure. Thank you, Terry. So the full name of the Bid More program is the Bid More Estimating and Proposal Writing Training and Coaching program. So with that being said, the training and coaching is designed to help local small businesses compete, not just for city and county contracts, but any contracts. So under the Bid More program, ICAT will provide qualifying local businesses with the opportunity to receive business and technical training geared to small businesses. So our specialized menu of services that Terry just read off was the YouTube channel, the self-paced e-learning, online toolkit and job aid, the inbound assistance line, live virtual webinar, outbound coaching, the live in-person sessions, mock proposal showcase and unsolicited proposal showcase, eHub online platform, outbound capacity development consulting, virtual bid, opening and debrief sessions, and a digital information webinar. So I'll give you a little bit more information about a few of those and actually kind of what they entail. So if you think about the YouTube channel going first, because that's one that we want to make sure everybody knows about. All local small businesses, we want you all to know about the Bid More YouTube channel, because the Bid More YouTube channel is a video library of the most relevant topics in estimating and proposal writing, and they're accessible to you on demand from the Bid More YouTube channel. Just hop on YouTube, search for Bid More, subscribe and like the videos, and partake and enjoy in the information that is provided. So that's number one. Secondly, we want to tell you a little bit more about the outbound coaching. So really, coaching is a little bit different than training, because while training provides technical know-how, coaching provides support and encouragement. That's a big part of what we do with local small businesses, support and encourage, because we want to empower you to be able to develop these skills, not just get this assistance at this time and then moving forward, you're not able to do it on your own. We want to empower you so that you can do this moving forward, give you the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities to do that. So coaching includes the following activities: self-reflection, thinking out loud, generating questions, getting answers to those questions, answering other questions that may be related to estimating and proposal writing to help you or to equip you to win bids, to win contracts. So in addition to the BidMore YouTube channel or the coaching, we also have e-learning and eHub online platform. So the e-learning is a comprehensive set of packaged material delivering knowledge and skills, is a productive process while you gain the confidence to know how to create the best bid possible. So that's what you get with e-learning and the eHub online platform. Tell you a little bit more about the online toolkit and job aid. The toolkit is adapted. It's an abbreviated resource of course content, training materials, and general tools, as well as frequently asked questions that are made readily available. The toolkit is adaptive and evolving because we want to meet the needs of the local small businesses. So it's tailored and focused, usable content. The inbound assistance line is a line that's dedicated to provide support to our local small businesses that have questions. So they can call into that are part of the BidMore program. So they can call into that line and get some questions answered. We also have the live virtual webinar, which is what we're on tonight. This is an engaging online opportunity to allow participants to learn tips for winning government contracts, local contracts, and beyond. Last two that I'll talk a little bit about is the mock proposal showcase. Well, I'll talk about four more, actually, I apologize. The mock proposal showcase, unsolicited showcase, is a accelerated hands-on training to build proficiency in estimating and proposal writing, and it gives you that hands-on approach to being able to work on a real life solicitation and actually respond to a real life solicitation, get that experience. One really important one that I should have mentioned first is the bid opening, the virtual bid opening and debrief sessions that we also provide. So the virtual bid open and debrief is basically a live virtual meeting where local businesses go to actually see which bids were bid on. And afterwards, we have a debrief where we answer questions about that session. So if you attend a virtual bid opening, what did you learn? What key takeaways did you get from it? So these are some of the things that we talk about to equip you to actually submit your bid. In addition to that, we also provide the outbound capacity development consulting is a unique opportunity for businesses to get a personalized service that helps them better define parameters, identify bottlenecks, and gain insight into the overall health of their business. So those are the services that we provide.
Tyree, you shared a lot of different services that the BidMore program has to offer with great explanation, kind of in-depth explanation as to what each program has to offer for our local small business owners. So my next question really just kind of revolves around the name itself. Is there like a meaning behind the name, or where did the name come from? Where did the name stem from?
Definitely, that's a great question. So the reason why the program is called BidMore is because that's exactly what we want our local small businesses to do. And really, one really important component of coaching is the encouragement to bid more, because we want our local small businesses to be confident in their bidding, because the more confident they are, the more they bid, the more their chances are for winning bids, for sustaining their business, for growing their business, and also for sustaining and growing the local economy. That's why we call it the BidMore program.
Well, that makes sense. I like that. All right, thank you. Yes, Gabe, go ahead, sorry.
Since I'm a color commentator, by the way, I just want to say, Tyree, as I listen to you, I've been at this business for quite a bit. And as I listen to you, because you are one of the BidMore coaches, you've been interacting with various local small businesses, providing assistance, providing encouragement. So, what you say is real. So, when you speak stuff you heard versus you speak stuff you've known and touched and how it affects people, there is a difference there. So there is credibility behind what Tyree is saying. Also, I want to acknowledge another color commentator in the room, Alex Fisher, our professional engineer and licensed general contractor. I actually, quite frankly, I learned color commentary from him. So he's in the room and he's one of our Bidmore coaches and also entrepreneur and in business. And he is very insightful. I think there are times when what you know matters, but there are also times when the way you deliver what you know matters. So I think I found Alex in the way he delivers and the way he coaches, I found it to be very helpful. So I invited him as well to share his insight, his color commentary. Having said that, let me say a few things about Bidmore. One is, I want to give you a number, a statistic right there. When you bid, you have a 33% chance of winning. Bidding is like marketing. It's like a sales call. So this, the general average is when you make a sales call, you have a 33% chance of success. Guess what? If you just bid one, what is 33% of one? So for that reason, it's zero. If you just bid one and you sit on it and say, oh, I'm going to win, you got to bid more so that you can win more. Your chance of winning gets better. So your chance of succeeding gets better. And also the reason, this name is such a name we are using for this program is as you bid more, not only do you win more, you learn more. I think there is someone, I don't want to put them on the spot, and one of the attendees here is someone who just showed us, when you bid more, you learn, your confidence goes up and you really get good at it. So for that reason, this is kind of like the tagline we use. A couple of more things I want to say about the program in general. As indicated early on, we prepare local small businesses who are the engine of the local economy, to bid more. We assist them through coaching, through training, through any assistance, hand-holding, whatever they need. Sometimes they need assistance. Sometimes they need guidance. Assistance is when they know what they're doing. They just want us to help them a little bit. Or sometimes they don't know a whole lot and they want us to guide them. So in either case, we're ready to guide or to assist. So we have two basic premises when we do bid more. One is, you heard it here. Bidding is bidding, period. Regardless of whether you are bidding international, local, state, federal, bidding is bidding, okay? So we can get into that some other time. We understand when I say bidding is bidding, not all bidding is identical. There are variations. There are variations at a local level. Variations, state, federal, even within one agency, there are variations based on who the buyer is. The requirements could vary. So we understand the variations. But at the end of the day, bidding is bidding. Having said that, I think Tyree indicated we have a whole lot of list of items. Small business owners who are entrepreneurs are very busy people. And one thing we learned working with the small local businesses or entrepreneurs is that these are people who know their sense of priority. They know what they want and they can never be wrong. And therefore, we gave them these programs, not so that they access all of these. If someone is going to every one of our programs, I don't think it's a sign of success for us. Our sign of success is for them to access the one that fits their schedule, the one that fits their priority, the one that fits their need at the time. There are times when they just need us to help them to, assess whether they need to go or go. So we have a bid analysis, or there may be times when we can help them with, kind of like estimating, or there may be a time when they just want to make sure they want to be compliant. So we expect, the local small business to really pick and choose where they want to be. So we don't measure our success by how many people show up at our event. We want them to pick what they want. That's why we have more. You have seen nothing. There will be more more programs we're going to create. Now, having said that, I just want to put it back to you and say, I think, Terry, the way you are asking is kind of getting a lot of juice out. So we want the juice out so that people find a way they can connect in one way or another. So that's my color commentary.
Thank you, Gabe. As always, we appreciate that. So, exactly. Again, what we're saying is there's more than one way to connect with us, and everything is available for you. You just connect the way that fits you, the way that's best for you and your life, your time. We have options for you. Basically, there are options. So take what works best for you. Use what works best for you. With that being said, let's look at who the ideal candidate for the Bid More program services. Who are ideal candidates? Tyree, who are ideal candidates for the Bid More program services?
Everyone.
I like that answer.
And Terry, the reason why I say that is because, like Gabe mentioned, and like you mentioned earlier, as well as Alex, is that the Bid More program offers a number of services. So we have about 13 services at the moment. And I say at the moment because we put special emphasis on the audience and the community that we're serving. So the local small businesses, if there's something that we can do to provide a service that is more accessible or that meets their needs in a unique way, then we'll develop that service. But just how individuals can connect at this time, I would say the ideal candidates for Bid More is everyone, but based on the particular service they need, based on their level of business, based on their level of need. So starting with the YouTube channel, I would say if you're an individual or you're a small business that is short on time, or you spend a lot of time doing tasks where you can multitask, like driving, or if you're an audio visual learner, the YouTube channel is excellent because it provides that on-demand education on topics around estimating and proposal writing, such as building your mindset, building the mindset of an estimator or proposal writer. How do you build your mindset? How should you be thinking when you're going into responding to a solicitation or bidding on a project? We also have other topics like building habits. So building habits for being successful at bidding more, because like Gabe said, the more you bid, the higher your chances are of winning. So if you could develop a habit or processes that make it easier for you to bid more often, then you increase your chances. So we have all of those things over at the YouTube channel for those individuals. Individuals that may be best equipped for coaching would be those who may need specific guidance, such as feedback or assistance on a prepared response to a solicitation. So if you have a solicitation that you want to bid on in the near future, and by near future, we mean near future, we just ask that you give us 24 hours in advance to provide that guidance or feedback. But within the near future, if you're looking to respond to a solicitation or bid on a project, coaching is for you. Coaching is on demand for the most part. Like I said, give us 24 hours, but we definitely will connect with you as a local small business in the Bid More program, assess what need you have and help you actually get that need met around responding to a solicitation. Talking about the live webinar. So who would be a great candidate for the live webinar? One, everybody I think would benefit from coming to the live webinar because you have that opportunity to network with other JSEBs. We always talk about how important it is to network with other small businesses and build your network, because these are the individuals that you may be working with, teaming together on a specific project. These also may be the individuals that may call on you to team with on a particular project. So networking is so important, but also if you're an audio visual learner, it's a great opportunity to come and get some great information around estimating and proposal writing. You can actually use to respond to a solicitation or learn more about estimating proposal writing, or just improve your skills and knowledge. And then we have, lastly here, we only looked at a few of them, but the bid opening Q&A, also opportunity for open coaching as well. So if you're preparing to submit a bid, the bid and opening is an excellent service to take advantage of, because you actually get to see in real time what submitting a bid looks like, and then also be able to answer or ask those questions around bid submission, as well as any other coaching questions that you have. And that specifically for individuals preparing to submit a bid. That is my short answer, but we have 13 services. So there's 9 other opportunities for individuals to take advantage of. So.
Okay. Thank you. And Tyree, that was great information. I don't know if that was short, but that was great. That was specific and detailed. And that's what we need. So I appreciate that response, sir, answering that question. So basically, again, kind of what you're saying is that the ideal candidate is basically anyone who needs any type of coaching services, assistance in their process of maybe responding to a solicitation, or maybe even if they haven't found a solicitation that they're interested in, but might want some coaching on how to go about responding to one, or bidding on one, or maybe even needing some information on pricing. So whatever the question could be, there's an option for our local small businesses to connect to. Sounds about right?
That sounds exactly right. And I'll say even to question 2, we didn't really talk too much about it, but this is why I believe small businesses should connect with the Bid More program. Because one thing about the ICAT brand is that we believe in the people that we serve, and that's why we built a customizable program that pretty much fits the needs of anyone based on where they are in their business journey. So thank you for letting me add that, and thank you for summing that up. Awesome.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much. What I was just about to ask, would anyone like to add any more information to this? Thank you.
Color.
All right, Color. Go, Gabe.
Color. I think this is maybe very few times I run out of things to say, because Tyree does such a great job to deliver the message. He has the substance and the style. When you have the substance and the style, you got it. So I'm just running out of things, but I just want to add a few more things, because I love attention, right? You all know I love a little bit of attention. So I do want to say, maybe say it differently. I just want to say it differently. Who needs the Bid More program is an entrepreneur. To me, there is a big difference between an entrepreneur and a small business owner. Let me just define entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a problem solver. Okay. So a small business is someone who runs a small business, but an entrepreneur has a bigger heart, solves a problem in society. So I'm speaking to entrepreneurs. So for entrepreneurs who really want to, who have the time, or who can make a little bit of time to sharpen their soul, meaning you are working day and night, you got to make a little bit of time so that you can find some smarter ways to do it. Bid More is good for you. Okay, if you want to sharpen yourself. This is not a place where you get help, we don't do proposals, we don't do estimates for. If you do that, you haven't done it. You got to do it. You are the one who is responsible, but we are helping you. So to sharpen yourself, I want to give you, and also you may not have the time. The main entrepreneur may not have the time. Send your cat, send your associate, send someone on your team who just, is not getting everything else right. Let them come. Well, let me tell you, I have maybe a good example. Several years ago, maybe early in the ICAT years, we sent someone to, some kind of thing. It's not Bid More, but I guess you can call it a Bid More. So we sent someone there, and here is what they learned. They learned that the time, when do you submit your bid? I mean, there is a due date. Let's say, the client says you got to submit, on, September 15, 2 p.m. okay, if the due date is September 15, 2 p.m., I'm gonna give you two options. How about submitting a minute late? Is that acceptable, Terry? Is that acceptable?
That would not be acceptable.
It's not acceptable. How about submitting a week early because you want to be too early? You don't want to be late, but you come early.
That would not be acceptable either.
There you go. And the lesson, my associate who attended this webinar that I didn't have the time, and they went and they came back and said, let me tell you one thing I learned. You don't want to submit too early, or you don't want to submit late. Why? The reason is there may be an addendum. There may be a question and answer. There may be a cancellation. There may be a postponement. So for that reason, you don't want to submit too early. What I'm saying is, so this really saved us a lot, even this little knowledge. So just, this is sharpening the soul, okay? Having said that, in closing, I just want to say, perhaps when you as an entrepreneur, local small business, you are working on a bid, that's the best time to reach out to us. Why? If nothing else, you may not need guidance. You may not need assistance. Maybe we can be your guiding, but kind of maybe a sounding board. Let me tell you, I have done this for a long time. I know how to write a proposal. I know how to estimate, but the quality of our bid is improved when we have a sounding board. Someone who may know as much as I do, someone who knows a little more than I do, even if someone who knows less than I do, having a sounding board, it kind of really, you refine your estimate, you refine your bidding. So we can be a sounding board. When you need a sounding board, you are bidding and you want to sharpen your saw. And you may also send someone, if you are busy, to participate in one of our programs. Let's say if someone is estimating, guess what? Refer them to watch our YouTube topic on estimating. Estimating that was primarily presented by our illustrious professional engineer and licensed GC, our Alex Fisher. So there is just so much resource you can access, either you or one of your colleagues can access. End of color commentary.
Thank you, Gabe. As always, I appreciate that. Tyree, would you like to add something? Is there something you want to add?
No, I think Gabe did a wonderful job of expounding upon those ideal candidates. So I would just say, get connected.
Exactly. Hey, that leads us to the next question. I appreciate that. So we are inviting people to get connected. Can we please explain how? How can a small business connect with the Bid More program?
I would say the most important way that a small business can connect with the Bid More program is through the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is on demand. All you have to do is go to YouTube, search for Bid More, and subscribe and like. And you also can get the notifications if you subscribe of when new videos come out. And it'll keep you connected to the program. And I would say close second is the newsletter, because the newsletter gives you information on all of the different programs that local small business can get connected to. So as far as the YouTube link, we send that out with the newsletter. As far as coaching, you can get connected with coaching through the newsletter. You can get connected with the weekly bid opening and the weekly live webinar. And the reason why I mentioned coaching, bid opening, and the live webinar, those are also, I would say, the third, fourth, and fifth ways that you can connect with the program. So with coaching, it's also on demand. And that is not generally ongoing. We usually coach you for a period of time with whatever need that you have, but it's an excellent way to get connected. In addition, the weekly bid opening, that's a weekly opportunity for you to connect with the Bid More coaches to get some instruction on submitting bids, as well as an open session to be able to ask your questions about estimating and proposal writing. And then lastly, the live webinar, which we're on today, is another way to stay connected, because you have a weekly opportunity to get information from the Bid More program about estimating and proposal writing. So those would be my top 5 ways of connecting with the Bid More program. But just to repeat, the number one way, please go ahead and check out the YouTube channel, the Bid More YouTube channel, subscribe and like. because that's the number one way to actually stay in contact with the program and also get that estimating and proposal writing information, skills, expertise on demand whenever you need it.
All right, thank you. So I like that idea of going to the YouTube channel and one, subscribing and liking, and being able to find the topic that I need at the moment. So that's that instant help that I need for the time being on the topic that I need. So that's great. I think our local small businesses will benefit from subscribing and liking and following that YouTube channel. So thank you. I appreciate sharing that information. So let's see, when are services actually offered and how are they accessed and who can actually access them?
Awesome. Excellent question. So we'll kind of stick with those 5 services that we talked about.
Okay.
So as far as the newsletter is released weekly for small businesses that are currently enrolled in the Bid More program. In addition to the newsletter, the YouTube is on demand and anybody can access that. You do not have to currently be enrolled in the Bid More program. You can go on YouTube, subscribe and like, and start partaking in that information, that expertise as soon as possible. As far as coaching is offered to individuals enrolled in the Bid More program and it's on demand. The bid opening is also offered to individuals, small businesses enrolled in the Bid More program, and that is offered weekly. So how we do the bid opening, just to give you a little bit more about that, we actually attend the bid opening meeting, and then after that, we have a session where we actually debrief on what was seen, what was heard, what takeaways, and also it's an open session for coaching as well. And then lastly, the live webinar is offered weekly for the individuals, the small businesses enrolled in the Bid More program. But please feel free to share the link with your small business friends, partners, because we also welcome them to come and learn as well. So those are the kind of like the main 5 services.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Tyree. So we talked about the Bid More YouTube channel already. Is there anything in addition that you would like to add about the Bid More YouTube channel, or do we want to go ahead and talk about the experience and expertise the Bid More coaches and consultants bring to the program?
I can add maybe a little bit about the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I think keep 3 things in mind when you think about the YouTube channel. So our YouTube channel is like your most favorite buffet. So what's unique about your very favorite buffet? In your favorite buffet, let's say if you go to a buffet because of dessert variety, guess what? Every time you go to the dessert buffet, there is a new item on it, right? There is maybe a new salad item there. There may be a meat item, there may be a seafood item, new one. So I didn't mean to kind of appetize everyone here, but our YouTube channel is like that. So there is always fresh item there. So we repurpose most of our live webinars and make it available by topic. So keep in mind, there is always something fresh. And the second thing is by topic. Let's say you may be at a point where, you receive a follow-up question about your bid submission. The client may be interested in your, they may be interested in your service, but they have a question. They may want you to clarify your schedule, how you want to deliver the service. They may want you to justify your price. They may want you to justify, your estimating factors, whatever. Now, there is a protocol you follow in responding to clients. And, my own experience is there are times when you win, not because of your original submission, you win because of the way you respond and the way you handle the conversation with the client in the follow-up question and answer. Okay. And so let's say in that case, there may be a topic very related to that we have available. So you want to, right before that conversation, very soon we're going to have a YouTube topic on handling follow-up questions about your bid submission. So when you have that, you want to go through our best practice. We have some best practices related to that. So you want to access that. Okay. And so let's say there is a bid that it looks too good to be true, and then you are not sure, maybe you're not sure about a bid. Well, we have one on bid, no bid analysis. So it's kind of very topical, intentionally topical. It's not filed by the date this is delivered. It's by topic. We make the topic so relevant based on the experiences of our small. Third, there is such a variety. You may hear one of the bid more coaches. You may hear Terry, presenting one. You may have another one presented by Alex. You may have another one presented by Tyree. You may have another one presented by Aaron or myself. So there is a variety of voices. So it's not a stale. So there is a variety. And then guess what? When you watch the YouTube or listen to the YouTube, you can send us comments, and based on the comments, we can do a presentation on the topic of interest to you and make it relevant. So this is a resource, kind of like having your own proposal and estimating department that gives you the knowledge. Okay, that gives you the insight, that gives you the best practices. So the YouTube channel can be accessed and be highly utilized in that fashion.
Thank you for sharing that, Gabe. I appreciate that information. I appreciate that detailed, specific explanation of how the Bid More YouTube channel can benefit our local small businesses. So thank you again. So let's go ahead and move on to our experience and expertise that the Bid More coaches and consultants bring to the program. Tyree, what do you have to share with us?
I think this is an excellent question to end on. Just rounding out why I believe all local small businesses should get connected with the Bid More program. Besides the fact that we really believe in the people that we serve, and also the fact that our mission is to increase, build up, empower small businesses to win more bids, sustain their business, grow their business, grow the local economy. Besides that, we have a team of experts. So represented from the team, this is some of the experience that is brought to the table. Professional engineering, general contracting, we have estimators, proposal writers, individuals with experience in project management, coaching, training, entrepreneurship, small business owners. So we all bring a particular experience and expertise to the table that really rounds out the ability to provide some really great technical assistance, guidance around estimating and proposal writing. So that's what I'll say there, but I'll also open it up to any of the other coaches on the line that would like to add to that.
Hey, Alex, I just want to say that, sometimes when you're bidding jobs, you kind of bid them always the same way. And then when you get the insight from others, sometimes it changes your perspective and it helps you see other ways of doing things to, perfect your craft and perfect your sales technique of how you pursue jobs and pursue work. So you never know, you might hear somebody say something, or you might see something on a slideshow that might jog your memory and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I should probably use that. That's all.
Definitely. That's more than all. That's a lot. That's an excellent point to really keep in mind, that one part of the program is this, that you learn so much, like you become a different person almost in your mindset and what you know about business, what you know about estimating, what you know about proposal writing. So I think that's an excellent comment. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Absolutely. Anyone else like to share any more comments before we kind of wrap this up?
I don't want to just to piggyback on Alex. I hope I didn't steal a space, a breathing moment from anyone else to share, but I don't want to affirm something I took away from Alex. And one of the comments he gave in one of the, I think it's an estimating, is there was, Alex, I may ask you to kind of replay that. There was a time when he said, say it in your accent, man. My accent is different. Do it in your accent. I think he said something like, when I do my estimating, I don't rush it. I kind of do my estimate and I kind of sit on it. And the next day, and when people say, where is your estimate? And I said, I'm working on it. So, there was just some power behind it. And then I think since I heard that, I usually say pricing for last, rush it. And there are many times I've made mistakes. So, I think having someone like Alex, where you live by your estimates, and like the cost of not doing it right may be so high. So I want to kick it back to Alex, and maybe if he can say that in his accent, in his own way, the way you said it, because I may have listened to you more than you listen to yourself, sir. So
Yeah, I do. I like to focus. I like to take my time because you never know whenever you first put it together and then you set it down and you come back the next day and you reread it and you rethink about it. Sometimes you think about, oh man, I might have missed something, or maybe that number is too low, or maybe I should have put a little bit more thought into this because it's going to take me more time to perform this task. So yeah, I always like to, take your time. If the client is begging you for it, just tell them you'll have it to them the next morning. That way you have a chance to review it. You take your time, you read it at least twice, if not more. And that way you don't leave money on the table and you don't short yourself, because when you're performing work and if you have a loss, which is unfortunate, it's always a learning process. So yeah, I always say focus and take your time. Don't rush through it.
So the point is, I think the point that we are making is this. So this is not a conversation about pricing. The point is, depending on, the local small business who needs the bit more consulting or coaching assistance, we have the capacity to bring the right person, the right subject matter expert to the table. So, you may have something that is, as Alex being a professional engineer and a licensed general contractor, when expertise is required, we bring that expertise to the table. There may be another time when you just need to make sure the paperwork is in order. So we have a compliance officer at the table we can bring to kind of help you out. Or there may be a time when you need to really be very mindful about the way you manage the project and the timing and the scheduling. So we have a senior level project manager so that you can time yourself. And so the point here is the kinds of bit more consultant we have at the table are people with the right expertise to match the situation you are in.
I think that's right on time, Gabe.
I was going to say, Gabe, you did a perfect job of kind of summing up what we just discussed today. So the only thing that I can add to that is get connected in any way that fits your lifestyle, any way that fits your time schedule. Get connected and take advantage of the services that ICAT has to offer. Get connected with the services that are available. Get connected with the coaches that are here to provide assistance to you in the different fashions that are being offered, with more to come. So I will wrap that up and end it with get connected. Thank you for making the time to watch this Bid More presentation. You will use this knowledge, insights, and tips in your future bidding activities. Remember, Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered to have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Please kindly leave us your comments, questions, and suggestions to improve future programming for the benefits of many. Make it a fantastic day.